World Cup squads are being announced, and some players have not made the final cut. Players like Jack Wilshere from England, who's been on Twitter to state he believes he should have been in the squad. Now, by contrast, Monaco's Ronnie Lopez, or Ronnie Lopes, as we like to call him here, didn't make the Portugal squad, but still posted a classy response on social media saying he's not in the 23, but he will be part of the millions that will be the 12th man for his nation. So who for you is the biggest omission from the sides that have been announced?
The letter of the two Lopes. Ronnie Lopes from Portugal and Monaco.
Why?
Why? One, Eder, although a little bit of a different player, who scored the winner in the Euro 2016 against France, by the way, in the finals when Portugal won it, is not there. Nani, a white player, isn't there. And Lopes this year for Monaco has been a revelation. Let me see here, 13 goals, 8 assists. He can play on either wing. He can break you down, and he's got great work rate as well. Young, 22, 23, fearless. He could be another... older Renato Sanchez, by the way, whatever happened to him, that started some games for Portugal. 10 changes, by the way, for Portugal.
Fantastic.
You know who's smiling? Giroud right now, because Lacazette is not going, baby.
Okay, Tommy, let me ask you this.
What?
You're talking about Lopes. What about Gomes? No, Andre Gomes. That's going to hurt Portugal, isn't it? Right, yeah.
Like
this is going to be such an inspiration to Portugal that Gomes isn't there. Now we've got a great chance to go on and win it.
You're mean, Ray. Yeah,
I'm just saying what I see.
You're
He's
doing
not
your
a
own
player.
makeup today.
Not my
You've
type
been
of
mean
player.
about Andre
So
Gomes.
someone who can play fairly regularly for Barcelona isn't good enough to make the Portugal squad?
Fairly regular, like a three-legged giraffe he played for Barcelona.
I'm just asking.
Semedo isn't there. All right? Roberto won't be there. Semedo, come on.
Gary, who have you gone for?
In the England squad, they have picked 3 goalkeepers who have no experience, not been to World Cups or Euros, and they've left out the one man who actually played 9 qualifiers for them in this qualification, Joe Hart. I don't get it. I understand that you might have him as number 2 and Jack Butland starts, but you need him there for some experience. Why bring other goalkeepers who have never been to a World Cup before? And you might say, oh, well, he hasn't had a good season at West Ham. Jack Butland got relegated with Stoke, so he hasn't had a great season either.
But he was the MVP. He was the best player in Stoke.
Yeah, but he still conceded a whole bunch
He was
of
playing
goals.
behind a whole lot of crap, Gary.
So is Joe at West Ham.
But would Joe come as number 3?
Passed it.
And is there not an argument to be made that if number 3 is not going to play anyway, you might as well give someone the experience of going to a
He's saying he would
side?
love to have been there. And I think if he gets asked by Gareth Southgate, if you said you can either come as a number 3 and I want you to support and I want you to be there for the youngsters and I want you to help, but you have to be on our side, or don't come. Joe would have said, absolutely, I'll go as your number 3. Not a problem.
You use a number 3 as for experience. A young player is not going to start. So I can see that. It's still a weird admission.
It is.
Not the
It's a
only
real
one, by
slap
the way.
in the
Don't
face,
jinx us
Southgate.
now. We'll get 2 goalkeepers.
Southgate's setting the standard there. This is a new squad, and I really like the way he's turned the page and he's left players like the goalkeeper out of it, and he's trusting it. He's sticking with what got him there. It's wonderful. And for my player, unfortunately, is Lallana. I think this Arsenal, where did that come from? this England team, Arsenal,
Much the same.
You're
England
doing it again, man.
England also finished 5th and 6th.
Look at the play.
So England, I've lost my train of thought. Lallana.
The Arsenal, yeah.
His
That's the makeup
situation,
lady.
he doesn't play for Arsenal. Okay, screwing me up, man. Right, so Lallana, the one exclusion for this England team is a lack of a real proper midfield maestro. I think Lallana, when he's good, is capable of that. He's class, and it's sad. He's injured, so they cannot really take him. But I would have loved to have seen him in. John Joe Shelby, another one for Newcastle, who I think could have played his way into the game.
Wilshere maybe being the biggest.
Wilshere
Bored
maybe,
to death
but I
with these
accept
names.
it.
Bored to death with these names.
They're not ready, they're not right, and they move on, and England's got a good, vibrant, young team, and I wish them all the best this time.
Perfect, but if we're talking about biggest snubs and the backup goalkeeper for England comes up, we're in the wrong place again.
Go on there.
For me, I think you can pick up several names from the French national team, and everybody wants to go to Karim Benzema. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to touch that. Adrien Rabiot was snubbed from this list, and I know that France have some very good central midfielders in N'Golo Kante and Blaise Matuidi, but the players that were in direct conflict with Rabiot for a spot were Steven Nzonzi, who's fine, and Corentin Tolisso, who's fine. I don't know that necessarily, just based on the characteristics, those guys are too different from what they've already got going to the team. And I think Rabiot gives them a different element, a metronome player in the middle. Granted, he's only got 6 caps for the French national team, and he hasn't reproduced his PSG form for France yet. But I do think they've been too sort of short leash with him, because he's been brilliant this year for PSG. After Matuidi left, he started virtually every game for the biggest team in France, and he gets snubbed from where I thought he would have been one of the first players off the bench, and instead doesn't make the squad.
But it's tough. It's tough if you're Didier Deschamps, because you've got a French squad that isn't. It's out there somewhere. So you're going to end up leaving a whole bunch. No matter how you do this, you're going to leave off decent players. Benzema being another one you could look at and go, well, should he be playing? Right. Is he good enough to come in? Could I use him off the bench? Has he got experience, or is he going to be a divisive player in the squad? So I think it's tough for some of these managers. But I just want to come back to England. I don't think playing a bunch of youngsters is a good idea. I really do. I think he needs the experience.
The past shows you that, well, what's he got to lose? I mean, compared to the previous England editions, now he's going with the young guns. He's got the faith in them. We'll see if the expectations aren't too high. What the hell are they risking, Gary?
He knows the youngsters
They're playing with house money. They've got nothing, so
and that's a great point. He used to be a coach of the under-21s. He knows the core group of the team. I like the direction as well. Energy, let's go out, not be stifled by all the pressure. Let's play.
Absolutely. And they're in an easy-peasy Japanesey group, so they better qualify Gary Bailey, Mr. English International.